Before you apply what you just learned, let's talk about network pricing. It is important that you understand the circumstances in which you are built for GCP's network. This table is from the Compute Engine documentation, and it lists the price of each traffic type. First of all, ingress or traffic coming into GCP's network is not charged unless there is a resource, such as a load balancer, that is processing ingress traffic. Responses to requests count as egress and are charged. The rest of this table lists egress or traffic leaving a virtual machine. Egress traffic to the same zone is not charged as long as that egress is through the internal IP address of an instance. Also, egress traffic to Google products like YouTube, Maps, Drive, or traffic to a different GCP service within the same region is not charged for. However, there is a charge for egress between zones in the same region, egress within a zone if the traffic is through the external IP address of an instance, and egress between regions. As for the difference in egress traffic to the same zone, Compute Engine cannot determine the zone of a virtual machine through the external IP address. Therefore, this traffic is treated like egress between zones in the same region. Also, there are some exceptions, and pricing can always change. So refer to the documentation in the links section of these slides. Now, you are charged for static and ephemeral external IP addresses. This table represents the external IP pricing for US Central 1 as of this recording. You can see that if you reserve a static external IP address and do not assign it to a resource, such as a VM instance or a forwarding rule, you are charged at a higher rate than for static and ephemeral external IP addresses that are in use. Also, external IP addresses on preemptible VMs have a lower charge than for standard VM instances. Remember, pricing can always change, so please refer to the documentation link in the slides. Also, I recommend using the GCP pricing calculator to estimate the cost of a collection of resources, because each GCP service has its own pricing model. The pricing calculator is a web-based tool that you use to specify the expected consumption of certain services and resources, and it then provides you with an estimated cost. For example, you can specify a specific instance type in a specific region, along with 100 gigabytes of monthly egress traffic to Americas and EMEA. The pricing calculator then returns the total estimated cost. You can adjust the currency and time frame to meet your needs, and when you finish, you can email the estimate or save it to a specific URL for future reference. To use the pricing calculator today, refer to the link in the slides.